Hey guys, back in May of 2017, Pinball Supernova was able to go to the Pinfest in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and in his video he had video of a booth of this company called Lighted Pinball Mods, who has created a plasma pop bumper, and we were able to reach out to Charles Norris of Lighted Pinball Mods to get one of these plasma pop bumpers. And so we have a review and an installation guide on how to do it. Check it out.
Oh wow, I've never seen one of those before. That's cool. Wow.
Yeah, dude!
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Brotherhood of Pinball. Today we're going to be working on Robbie's Black Knight and installing this awesome plasma lit bumper top. We got this courtesy of the guys over at Lighted Pinball Mods, Chuck Norris. Thanks a lot. So we're going to go through the preparation, show you how to install it, and then hopefully everything will be ready to rock and roll. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we've removed the balls already out of the play field or the trough. We're going to open up the game. So we have to take the disassemble the pop bumper assembly from the wafer, and there's a custom pop bumper base that goes onto there. As you can see, it's been kind of dremeled out or whatever to allow extra room for the component that's underneath the lighted pop bumper.
What's the wafer?
This is the wafer right here that you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Your game has a stop on it on the top over here, so it's not going to allow the plunger to leave. Some games will don't. Okay, so we have the pop bumper base and wafer here. The fortunate thing is that Robbie's light wasn't working to begin with. So since the actual light, or the plasma light, goes over the top here like that, it's actually going to be covering up the light that's there now. We don't have to utilize any of the power that leads that are coming there, so we'll go ahead and isolate those out and just wrap them up, sheet shrink and whatnot, so they won't be an issue anymore. So we're going to take this older, this whole portion right here is going to come out, the base, the old lamp, that's just all going to come out like that. I have to clip off some of the leads. We wanted to retain the hardware though, and make sure that the alignment is good too. And just make sure that the everything lines up. You get the holes for mounting line up, and the holes that are gonna bring the wires down. Everything lines up. So good movement on the switch here. Go ahead and clean that switch up a little bit too. Put the hardware back in. We're gonna get this, you're just looking to see how it's gonna go into play there. This is the bottom part of the plasma light. Notice there's the control here, and then it's cut out for this. So you just wanna orientate everything so the wires are gonna go down through the body, and you wanna orientate it so the switch is facing towards the back of the game. So this is gonna be like that. And we gotta get the wires into the holes here. Snake them on in there. It's a little bit of a little tight.
So after some finagling here, we finally got the positive and negative through.
Might be all for naught if it's an empty knot here though. All for naught.
Say what?
Got like one way of coming on and going off. Base right there. Alright, so it's fit on there, but I gotta bring it back off. Okay, so once you have everything put back together, there's the new base in there. And then of course you have the switch, pop bumper switch actuator, and the metal piece here that's also here. We still have to secure that to the solenoid and the wafer there. So we'll get that installed there, and then we'll put everything down and then start going into the electrical portion of connecting this thing to the game. Self-explanatory, just put the red in the red and disconnect this first though. Red with the red. And the black in the black spot. And then we're going to mount this little PCB to the close to the outlet back over here.
See that? Yeah.
What?
Oh, nice.
What?
Yeah.
So drop that screw here.
Oh, this light looks like it's out now. It's alive.
Getting in there. There's another one flush in there. Look for another one. Stopping at the same spot. I wonder if I'm trying to drill through the damn plastic or what.
Yeah. There's no way that top comes off, right? So you can look in.
Yeah, I can. Should be able to. Yeah, there's a hole right there.
Do you want the drill?
No. Yeah. Ooh. Now that I know, I'll just go ahead and
Just plug it through.
yeah. Just make sure I don't hit anything hard.
Do you want
Yeah, you know what?
a bit?
Yeah, let's do the bit. Holy shnikes. Alright, so we got it all installed. Took us about a couple hours. A couple of things that we learned throughout this installation was, one, always be careful of, take the pictures like we've said before. Be careful that, your assembly goes back in correct. We actually had one of the GI leads touch the base. I didn't see it. It was kind of camouflage underneath one of the other wires there, and I didn't catch it. And it's this little teeny lead that went and got trapped underneath the pop bumper mechanism assembly, and it pinched it, grounded it out, had 12 volts going straight to it, and we blew a fuse in the game. We got the GI back working again. Reason why that's important is because where you draw your power from, there's a few options that you can draw your power from in the game. We decided to go with the GI, and then there's a switch in the back that we talked about earlier that will make it then sound activated that it is right now. Test 1, 2, 3. I'm the Black Knight. Another thing you might want to do is these screws that secure the light to the pop bumper base right here. They need to be drilled in there. If you have a 1/16 drill bit, that would be optimal. Just drill it in there maybe before you put it on there. So just line it up, make sure everything's working good, and then drill it on there. I actually had everything already in place, so I had to go in there and just drill it while it's attached to the play field. It just makes a little bit of a mess there. We had to clean it up, but otherwise, I would recommend doing that prior to. The other thing you're gonna need is an awesome sidekick, like Robbie. It keeps me on track and make sure that I don't put things in the wrong order. And also, you're gonna need someone to at some point hold the play field up, in a way that sometimes stock from the factory it's not gonna be able to hold up that way. So you're definitely gonna need an extra pair of hands. What else am I missing?
A lot of patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience, and your multimeter, so you can find out where it stipulates in the instructions. Don't put anything above 12 volts attached to the pop bumper, the plasma. So you're gonna have to go and find out. Usually, GI does run at about 5 volts, but just make sure whatever you do end up hooking up to is less than 12 volts. Like I said, we went ahead and we're using the GI power, and then we're using the sound activated. And so now we'll show you a good demonstration on it. So, see, everything's installed. If you're going to do this on an older game like the Black Knight, or some older early state solid state game, definitely recommend probably looking at, if you haven't, replacing pretty much everything that encompasses the assembly on the pop bumper, just since you're already in there, and then also. As far as what do you think? Would you buy this thing?
I think this thing looks absolutely incredible. So if you have a newer game or an older game or something that you think would be appropriate, I think it's definitely worth the buy. But just get some help because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Gotta have a second person at least. But
true story.
Definitely
Cool.
worth the buy. Thank you, Charles Norris.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.